Okay. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 68. Here are my final thoughts on Sun Vulcan. There's some good and bad stuff this one. Yeah, there's some very odd episodes per se. None of these episodes are terrible. I mean, I think that you can say some positives about this one. Aside from like a high production value, the writing is fantastic. The villains are so cool. And the only thing that's kind of a weakness to this one is that, with except now for the Zero Girls, let's start with the villains. The Zero Girls, interesting set of basically supporting villains. 01 basically has the most personality. The other three do practically nothing. They barely have any personality at all. That's the only weakness of them. I think Queen Hedra was interesting. It just basically tableau stand from Denzi Man. I would have loved to see a cross between Denzi Man and Sun Vulcan. That would have been interesting. Hell, Saturn. I love the guy's look. I think that he's a really cool villain and a very menacing villain. I think he might have been the very first robot who was the main villain of a Super Sentai run. Even though that we kind of now, there's another thing I'll get some more negatives in a bit. So in the case of the heroes, Vol Panther is quite interesting. I love the fact him, the mentor of the team, Chief Alma, and Misa have got great chemistry with each other. Vol Shark has got good chemistry with everybody. Same thing with Vol Ego. But Vol Ego, we had two Vol Egos in this one. The original one got replaced after episode 20 with episode 23. Now, in show, you're probably thinking there's not really a clear reason why, except the fact he's offered a position to go to space to form a space colony. But in actuality, the reason why that happened because the guy was working on an album at the time. So he had a very limited contract. But at least the guy replaced him did a really good job. And basically he's more on the nose and he became a swordsman just with all that change. It's something though that Vol Panther and Vol Shark didn't change much at all personally. Oh, I forgot to mention this also. With everybody with the machine part defeated, like what are they gonna do now? Well, Vol Ego is basically back being teaching be a pilot instructor. Vol Shark going back to be a scientist, and Vol Panther is going home to help his father run a business. Which, okay, that's actually really nice to do. As the case chief himself, well, he's doing something a very reasonable father would do. Find his daughter a husband. And it is very heavily into that, of course, Vol Panther may have had a thing for her and like Wonder character, who never appeared again after her debut episode, which I would have thought they would have brought the character back. Nope, they never did. I thought that was kind of dumb. The fact that we introduced this really cool character, like, you think, though, this could be a potential relationship between Vol Panther and this girl? Nope. Goes nowhere fast. I thought it was quite interesting, though. A lot of the time, Vol Panther was in the field, like, especially going undercover. He had a lot of time hooked up with Misa, which you would think these two might hook up at the very end, and it's very implied the other two guys may have been attracted to Misa, but not to the extent Vol Panther was. I think the introducing companionship was interesting at best, but he was annoying. Really annoying. Of course, I do appreciate, though, the guy actually had balls to set up the Amazon killer. Yeah, he actually beat up some of the Machine Men, which, by the way, Machine Men basically, I love the design. I didn't like the fact that they didn't really do much or anything when their own base was destroyed. It's like they did practically nothing. Like, where the heck are Machine Men? I don't know. Yep. So yes, I do think that all three characters were really good for what they did. The only negatives I have about this particular run is that it seems as though a lot of the time when new Vol Ego show up, a lot of the time Vol Panther and Vol Shark don't get much to do. And they did have some episodes. And Vol Shark got a lot of episodes for himself. The original Vol Eagle didn't do a lot per se, but he was definitely a good leader. And I do love the fact that here's the thing also. I did notice though when I was watching this, apparently whenever they have the sequence where they have the Sun Robo where it's slicing up villains, apparently reuses music from James Bond. Yes, it sounds like it used some music from Live and Let Die, which I thought was kind of interesting. Also, this particular run also had a tendency to reuse music from Bad Fever J for some reason. I'm not really sure why. You might be thinking, okay, since they reused music by Fever J, did they reuse music for Dancing Man? I think once or twice they did, but that was it. But at least not the opening theme song, mind you. One big negative I have with it was the fact that we didn't have that crossover between Dancing Man and Son Vulcan. That's a big negative. I would have loved to see it, but never got a chance to see it at all. I think the two-part was fine for what it was, but I would have thought, though, okay, I would have thought, though, it would have been interesting to know they brought back somebody from Denzi Man. Like, I get maybe if Denzi Blue was available, bring back somebody. Anybody. Like, were they all busy? Like, I would love to find out the reason why this didn't happen. Yep. But this overall definitely was a good season, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching Live Man. Now, in the case of watching Gogo V, which actually is the next one after this one, which is the 6th Super Sentai, that will happen to 2 after I do Live Man. But as what we do in between, yes, I'll be out in a few minutes, okay? Ask what I'm going to do, the decision between Live Man and Gogo V. You'll find out when I finish up Live Man. The only reason I'm not saying that I'm doing Gogo V after do Live Man because it's the obvious next one after this one. And plus, I love the look of the villain fortress in that one. And of course, one thing that draw my interest in the case of Live Man is the fact the main villain fortress is a freaking space station, which that should be interesting to talk when I get to it. But before I get to anything related to Live Man, there's some things that I got to take care of first. I got to finish up Welcome to Demon School Remicon. I'm working on it next. And as soon as that's finished, then I'm going to basically go back to do, yes, I've decided to do this. As soon as I finish the Welcome to Demon School Remicon, I'm going to do Two Level of Darkness Season 2 and its OVAs. Then I'll go back to my light novels. Of course, also have a couple more anime. And after all these light novels I want to do done, then I will start up Live Man. And I will decide also what anime I do after I do Two Level of Darkness. The first one will be, you'll find out when I get a chance to read the first light novel. Okay? Next video. Bye.